welcome to the next episode of the Borealis Experience. I'm your host, Aurora, and I'm so grateful to be spending some time with you today. I'm in Canada. I live pretty much off-grid in the Rocky Mountains. It's very cold outside, and I just took care of the chickens this morning, and now I decided to record my next episode a little earlier than usual. So, today I will be covering history, your history, the story you tell yourself about yourself and your past that is influencing your well-being. The last couple of episodes we covered the body, the mind, our relationships, our emotions, everything that influences our well-being. And I feel that our history also plays a lot into how we feel about ourselves today. What is the story you tell yourself, and how can you free yourself from it if it is not serving you anymore? I will share a very vulnerable part of my story in this episode later on, and will also tell you how I was able to free myself. It really changed a lot, if not everything, in my life ever since I was able to do that. And this is why this is so precious for me to send this out to you, because maybe you can shortcut, maybe you can get faster to that point than it took me. So the way you perceive yourself is the way you will actually show up in the world. It is really interesting when you observe yourself when alone, when you spend time just with yourself. Do you notice that you feel different, you act different as soon as you are with others? Do you enjoy being with other people? And how much do you compare yourself to others? And then which story is running in the background? Do you feel inferior? Do you feel superior? Do you feel equal most of the time? And in conversations, how much does the other person talk? How much do you talk? Is the talk you receive from other people more of a noise, or is there an actual content? We probably all know people that fill the room, that talk a lot, but when you boil it down to what the actual message is, it is not a lot. It is just, they have their own motives, we say in German. They have their own intentions of why they talk a lot and don't share lots of content. How is it with you? When you open your mouth and share yourself to another person, can you actually open up and share yourself, or are you the person who is more secretive and doesn't really like to share much about yourself? So how much does the other person disclose? How much do you disclose? And as you can see now already, your history ties tightly in to your relationships. What you learned in the past about yourself, the conclusions you made, defines how you relate to people today. And then when we go back to a conversation here, how much does the other person listen? Do they actually listen, or do they just wait until you finish talking and then they keep talking about what they think is important? And how much are you able to listen? That's a very critical point in bonding and nurturing healthy relationships, is the listening abilities that we bring to the table. Now, what is the story you tell yourself and you keep repeating? There is so many stories that we all have. We might not have all of them, but some of them. So for people who struggle with weight loss, I can't lose weight. I tried so often and I'm just not made for this. I don't have the discipline, or I always make the same mistake when something goes wrong. When it comes to other people, what is the story you tell there? Like, people always let you down, people reject you, people don't understand you, people are dumb, people don't get you, I will never find a partner, all men suck, all women suck. What have you closed your doors to because of your story that happened in the past? What is it that you tell yourself? I want you to take a couple seconds now. I will be quiet. And maybe think back in school. How was it in school? Did you feel good in school? First interactions, first experience of group dynamics. What is it that defines you, but you would love to get rid of because you know it would make you a more content and happier and successful person? So I will share my story with you. I was 6 when I moved from the very north part of Germany to the very south. And in Germany, there's different accents, like in every country, I would say. Wherever you live, you, as a child especially, adapt to an accent, a way of living. And then when you move to a different part of the same country, you are sometimes met with hostility. And so we moved from Hamburg to Munich, and I entered school, primary school, and the teacher was very Catholic, doesn't actually matter which religion, very religious, and she knew I was from up north, where there's mainly people from the Protestant belief, and they talk differently up north, so I talk differently, so she could point me out right away and ridicule me in front of other people, in front of my classmates. And she was a very aggressive teacher. I will never understand why she became a teacher for grade 1 and 2, 6 to 8 years old approximately. And she made me feel very anxious because she was a very old lady and was used to train people through punishment and aggression, and it really harmed me a lot. It turned me into a very anxious person. So that's the first 2 years of my life at school. I had okay grades. I had good grades because I fought for it, and I didn't let her get to me, but my self-esteem really suffered. And then I entered high school, and there my anxiety continued, my anxiety of learning, making mistakes, speaking in public just got worse and worse. And I don't know if you know that, experienced that before. When you're in fear mode, then your mind, your brain is stupid, let's put it that way. You can't really make good decisions. You can't really answer questions rationally. You're just caught in that fear mode. And it really is debilitating and crippling. So in high school, oh, my voice is cracking now. I got bullied so many years because of that. Yeah, people just made fun of me because I asked stupid questions. But I fought, and I made it through, and I had good grades. And then started out, like finished school, left everything pretty much behind, physically, but emotionally, of course not. And then I became a physiotherapist, and there it all changed. Like I was able to learn something that I was actually passionate about, and I made new friends. And it was okay, but the anxiety from a teacher, there again, I had a very aggressive, nasty teacher in one of my classes, and it all got triggered again, and I felt so dumb again, and so vulnerable and not able to succeed in even something I was passionate about. So that went over too. I fought my way through it, and then life, continued. I became a physiotherapist, was very happy and somewhat successful with that. Long story short, I was still very insecure about myself and my learning abilities, and feeling stupid in group dynamics. And when people knew a little more than me, I just threw the towel in and thought, well, I'm stupid anyway, so what's the point? And then I moved to Canada, and to immigrate, I had to go back to college, because that made the process just so much easier. And at that time, I was so broken because of a heartbreak, and I decided to study something else, agriculture. I said that in the introduction already. Like, I'm a physiotherapist with an agriculture degree and yoga teacher. So I learned agriculture, plant major, and let me tell you, Canadian culture is so much more considerate. I'm sure there's assholes here too, but in the school I went to, the teachers were so kind-hearted and so awesome in telling me when I was doing something wrong. Yeah, they had a very nice way of telling you that you screwed up. But it gave me confidence. It told me, okay, I can do better. He believes in me. She believes in me, and I'll do better next time, because they give me the tools to succeed as well. They take the time to talk to you and don't just make you feel like a piece of shit. So 2 years I was in Lethbridge at the college, and I was a really, really good student. I enjoyed learning again. I completely was able to find my self-esteem again. And I left college, and ever since I allow myself to learn new things, to fail at the beginning and know that I will get better with time, and I don't feel I'm crippled anymore by my anxiety to learn and fail. I get over it. So sorry for getting so emotional about this. I have my voice back now. But I hope you understand my message here. It is not about leaving your home country and having to discover new worlds, but in your hometown, in your little city you live in, or a big city, you can always find a new niche where you can find new people that will see your light and appreciate you for the person you are, and especially the things that you have most resistance to. So in my case, it was learning new things, being open for criticism, constructive criticism, and allowing people to tell me, hey, try it this way, it might help you and you might get better at it. As soon as I made that positive experience and allowed it, was open for it, it changed the whole way I saw myself. So when it comes to your story